you seen the movie Dharak, starring Ishan Khattar and Janhvi Kapoor? Did you know it's a remake of the successful Marathi film Sairat? Sairat tells a poignant love story that exposes the caste and class divisions in our society, which create walls between two people. However, Dharak failed to capture the essence of Sairat when it comes to addressing caste issues. Instead, it turned out to be a typical rich girl, poor boy romance. The issue of caste is conveniently brushed off. According to the 2011 census, 25% of the Indian population is Dalit. But how much Dalit representation have we seen in Indian cinema till now? In this Culture Stop video, let's understand how we can represent Dalit-Bahujans right in cinema by looking at a few examples. In many films depicting Dalits, a common drawback is the portrayal of Dalit, Bahujan or Adivasi characters dying at the end, failing to challenge the caste system. However, Neeraj Ghewan's acclaimed short film Gili from the anthology Ajeeb Dastans breaks this mold. The talented Konkona Sen Sharma plays Bharati, a Dalit machine operator at a factory, while Aditi Rao Haidari's Priya is an upper caste newcomer on campus. In one scene, Bharati and Priya chat in a park and Priya shares a story about her job interview. Bharati realizes that despite her skills and hard work, her caste position holds her back, while Priya effortlessly secures a job with a simple palm reading. This realization brings Bharati to tears. Gili didn't make a hero out of Bharati's marginalization, but presented her with utmost authenticity, vulnerability and morally conflicted choices. Bharati represents reality and not aspiration. Another common issue we see is a misuse of Dalit characters in films to provoke shock or sympathy, exploiting their struggles for emotional impact, which would reflect in box office profits. Instead of addressing the root causes of discrimination, these portrayals often create a distorted image that further marginalizes the community. However, Pariyaram Perumal, a Tamil film directed by Mari Selvaraj, stands out. The movie passionately portrays a society deeply divided by caste, where dominant groups subject Dalits to victimization, exploitation, and humiliation. The story follows Pariyan, a lower caste law student who befriends Jyoti Mahalakshmi, a girl from the dominant caste, and faces a series of humiliations at the hand of upper caste individuals. Pariyan's experiences mirror the discrimination Dalit students encountered in educational institutions today. Initially ashamed of his father's identity as a folk artist, Pariyan gains confidence and self-esteem after facing numerous caste-based challenges, ultimately proudly revealing his father's true identity by bringing him to college. Therefore, while it is crucial to highlight the challenges faced by the Dalit community, it is equally important to avoid one-dimension portrayals that reinforce stereotypes. There are other spectacular Tamil films on caste that you might want to check out, like Asuran, Attakatti, Karnan, Manusangada, etc. In cinema, another issue with how Dalit Bahujans are portrayed relates to their skin color. Even when characters are historically described as dark-skinned, actors playing these roles often have the skin darkened temporarily. This practice happens regardless of the actor's caste identity. Sometimes dark-skinned characters portrayed by fair-skinned actors end up looking fair on screen, which erases the character's authenticity and contributes to a skewed narrative that favors Brahminical standards. This trend is evident in many films. For instance, in Meera Nair's adaptation of Vikram Seth's A Suitable Boy, the main character Lata, who is described as dark-skinned in the book, is played by a fair-skinned actress named Tanya Maniktala. This adaptation completely disregards Lata's dark complexion, a significant aspect of her character in the original story. This preference for fair skin reflects this caste-based hierarchy in India, where fair skin is associated with higher castes or savarnas and dark or tan skin with oppressed castes. What this does is perpetuate harmful beauty standards and reinforce social inequalities based on caste. One film that breaks this trend is Kamti Padam, a Malayalam movie directed by Rajiv Ravi, known for its pro-Dalit gangster theme. The story is set in Kamti Padam, a slum area in Kochi, Kerala, and focuses on how the Dalit community was forced to give up their land to real estate mafias. The land mafia exploit dark-skinned Dalit gangs, mainly from the Pulaya community, to take over real estate. In this film, Rajiv Ravi makes a deliberate choice to cast naturally dark-skinned actors for these roles, except for Dulquer Salman's character. The casting decision reflects Ravi's intention to challenge conventional ideas of beauty and fairness. After Kamti Padam, actors like Vinayakan and Manikandan, who play negative role, received numerous offers, indicating a growing acceptance of darker-skinned actors in significant roles among audiences. However, despite these positive developments, challenges remain. Rajiv Ravi, in an interview with First Post, said, "I went through hell getting the film censored. It looked like they didn't want the film to come out in the form that I conceived. The censors wanted all caste references, especially the word Pulayan, in a background song to be removed, along with a lot of dialogue. Finally, they reluctantly cleared the film with an A certificate with cuts, saying there is violence in the film. This shows nothing but the ingrained casteism prevalent even today. It shows bias towards Dalit cinema." Another instance when Vinayakan, who portrayed a Dalit character in the film, won the state award for Best Actor and faced a question about whether the award really belonged to the character he played, Ganga. This question reveals a caste bias, suggesting that Vinayak's performance is only valued for representing the character Ganga, a stereotypical angry Dalit gang leader who resorts to violence and dies in the end. Despite the introduction of the Dalit genre module, there remains a notable shortage of films with Dalit protagonists in cinema. Although some films offer nuanced portrayals, there are only a few featuring Dalit leads. This lack of representation highlights the urgent need for greater diversity in the film industry. Efforts should continue to amplify Dalit voices and prioritize their authentic stories. By promoting more Dalit protagonists and lead roles, the film industry can create a more inclusive cinematic landscape. What are the other films that you think have represented Dalit-Bahujans right? Tell us in the comments below. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel if you like this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.